Well, the agreement is there's going to be a new system for press complaints, and this will be set out in a royal charter, and what there will be is an independent regulator with teeth that will make sure that if the press have broken their own code of professional ethics, then actually there will be an apology or a correction on the front page if necessary, and fines of up to £1 million. So it's a tough new regulator, but also what's important is that this system won't be able to be tampered with either by the press or politicians, because it will be entrenched in law.
Well, we're very close to a final agreement. What is clear, and the facts are, that all three major parties support the Prime Minister's Royal Charter approach, that Labour's more extreme press law is off the table, and that we will, I hope, as a result of today, be able to move forward swiftly with a very workable Royal Charter approach, which will mean that we'll have the sort of tough self-regulation of the press that Lord Justice Leveson's report was calling for.
We've always felt that it was very important that things couldn't slip back, so that the press turn over a new page and say things will be different, and then in a few years' time the same old bad practices develop. So the idea that this Royal Charter, which sets out a proper new regulator, is actually immune from tampering because it's been entrenched in law, that's very important, and that's going to be decided, we hope and expect, in the House of Lords today.
The Royal Charter won't be statutorily underpinned. There will be a clause that sits alongside it, and simply reiterating one of the provisions that's within the Charter, which is that if it's to be changed, there needs to be a two-thirds majority of Parliament. The clause neither refers directly to our press charter, and it doesn't even refer to the press itself. So I think what we've done in that is made sure that there isn't that amendable framework, which, as the Prime Minister quite rightly set out, will be a potential for problems in the future, and the real potential in the future to undermine free speech and the role of the press in that.
I think what we feel is that what we've got is no interference with the freedom of the press, which is very important indeed, but also protecting the rights of victims. And you know, at the end of the day, what Lord Leveson said is, don't have lots of political arguments about this, just sort it. And the victims, like the Dowlers and the McCanns, they said, don't make this a party political point scoring, just have a fair system for the future. And I think that's what we've done.
There's no fudge. I mean, the facts speak for themselves. This is simply a clause which says that charters are not amendable. That is not statutory underpinning of a press law, which is the position that Labour had, and I'm pleased that they've moved away from that. I think that was the wrong approach. It wouldn't have worked. We now have all three parties supporting the Prime Minister's Royal Charter approach. I think that's right. I think it's workable, and I think it will be a way of taking forward Lord Justice Leveson's very clear principles in a workable manner.